Hello everyone, Quincy here. So today I have a new video for you guys. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys my struggle and my story through my depression. I can already tell that it's going to be a little bit more of a difficult video to film, but I'm going to do my absolute best. I know that me sitting in front of a camera talking to you guys isn't very fun. I know that it's actually like boring, but I'm doing my absolute best to try to think of ideas of what I can do while I talk to you guys. So if you guys have any suggestions, please put them down below in the comments. I would really like to know your suggestions of things I can do while talking to you guys. So that's all I really have to say, so let's just go ahead and get into the video. So my first topic that I'll be talking about today is when I was first diagnosed with depression. I was first diagnosed when I was 15, but we'd already kind of known that I had had it. I'd been seeing counselors since I was 12, so we'd kind of already known, but I wasn't clinically diagnosed until I was 15. It's like one reason and why I struggled with it. There was multiple reasons, multiple different things that caused it. Genetically, I think I was bound to have it, and just different experiences that happened to me when I was little that caused it. It wasn't until I was 15 where it really started bothering me, when it really started getting to me. It started affecting my schoolwork, my friendships, my like relationship with my mom. Didn't start struggling with it until I was 15. And when I was 15, I just moved to a new school, which I think also kind of triggered it. I just tried out for a cheerleading squad at my old school, and I made it. I was so proud of myself. It was like a pretty competitive thing to get into. There was quite a few girls that tried out, and I was one of the 16 girls that made it, and it just meant a lot to me. And then I ended up having to move, and that was stressful. And I had already moved like all my life, so like I was used to it by then, but like still it like got to me. Like the setback that happened to me was when I first started self-harming. I believe I began when I was 15, and I didn't even know what self-harming was until my friend started doing it, and I kind of learned from her, which sounds like bad, and it sounds like it was like a toxic friendship, but it really wasn't. It's just like I would tell her not to do it, but then I would go do it, if that makes any sense. And that was when I went to my first hospital. Now, there I was diagnosed again with my depression and all that jazz. Fun, cool, got out. I was still struggling really hard. Went back in, and then they assigned me to go to a long-term treatment facility. I went to my long-term treatment facility in January of 2016, and I stayed there for almost a year. When I got out, which was last year, around that time, I stayed in contact with one of the girls from treatment, and I came out to my mom saying that I was bisexual and that I liked this girl. I'm not going to mention her name, but if you know me personally, you probably know who I'm talking about. That whole relationship was toxic, and it wasn't just because of the other girl. I know some people do believe that, but it wasn't. It was me too. I just felt like I had to be sad to like make her happy, if that makes any sense. Like I just felt like for the relationship I had to be depressed, or there was nothing holding it together. Like we had met in a treatment facility because we were depressed, so like I felt like if I wasn't, then things would change, and that wasn't because of her. And I apologize, there are dogs barking, they're outside, but me being sad all the time wasn't because of her. Was it like, did it have some obviously impact on me? Yes, because we were constantly fighting, always arguing, like just I was never happy. It was actually one of the worst years of my life. I had started a new school after I got out of the treatment facility, and I had made no friends. I didn't want to make any friends. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I sat in the back of the classroom with my headphones on my laptop, texting this girl that I don't even think had any actual interest in me. I think she was just, I don't know, I think we were both just sad girls that needed someone to rely on, if that makes any sense. There's a bunch of flies around me, I'm sorry. But that was really difficult. And it was a really difficult time because my mom didn't like her at all. My mom wanted me to have nothing to do with her, and that just caused fights between my mom and I, and it just wasn't fun at all. Like, my mom and I were constantly fighting, and it was a really rough patch. So by like May, so the end of the year, I was stressed out because I had this math final, and I had started in the middle of the year. So I'd started at the semester of my junior year, and my math test was a like accumulation test. So basically it was from both semesters. But I had only been there for half the semester, and where I was at, I know I learned different things than the people that were there. So I was like freaking out, and I talked to like the vice principal, and I talked to other teachers, and they had told me I could take like half the test of like what I knew, but like we didn't know what I knew. So I was like freaking out about that, got stressed out, went to another treatment facility, then went to another longer term treatment facility for a couple of months. While I was in there, I told everyone, yeah, I have a girlfriend, like, yeah, it's cool, like, we're good. The reason why I was in there was because of her, was because I just felt like I had to be sad all the time, and I was, I had friends, but none of them seemed to be able to make me happy. And she had broken up with me right before I went in because I had said that I didn't want to live anymore. And she'd broken up with me because of it, and I just told myself that it wasn't true. Like, we were still together. So I got out of treatment, and I continued talking to her, and she told me that she was in love with this other girl. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like still sad. Like, that really sucks that like because of my mental health, like that caused that downfall. Well, then I met this boy, and he was really nice to me. He wanted to join in on cheer things, and I thought that that was pretty cool, and I started talking to him. And around December ish, so a couple months after me getting out, because I got out in May, he and my mom had both started telling me I needed to stop talking to this girl. It was really hard for me to let go. And when I did, everyone, everyone noticed differences. My teachers noticed differences. My principal noticed differences. My mom, my dad, my friends, everyone noticed differences when I dropped her. Last year in cheerleading, one of the freshman cheerleaders asked us, what is one thing that you would, as seniors, like tell people going into like high school? And mine was drop toxic relationships. It's really hard to do. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. It's really hard, but literally my toxic relationship was the thing that stemmed my depression, the thing that kept me holding on to it and making me feel like I didn't want to fix it. When I dropped her out of my life, I blocked her on all social media. I wrote a whole long message explaining that I was doing it for myself and that I needed to do it. Whole message. Blocked her, blocked one of the other girls that was really close with her. I blocked them on all social medias. I just dropped her out of my life. I deleted all pictures of her. I deleted messages. I deleted everything. And I felt so good. So that would be my advice, to just drop toxic relationships. And that is literally it. But then I also get questions on why are you still depressed then if you dropped that toxic relationship? Depression is a chemical imbalance of your brain. You can't just fix it. I take meds for it. I um, try to exercise as much as I can. If you know me personally, you know I hate exercising, so I don't do that as often as I should. I avoid watching certain shows, though I did watch 13 Reasons Why, but that stuff doesn't like trigger me. I avoid doing different things. I avoid being around different things. I do my best to avoid things that I know will affect me. I do still struggle. Like even today I struggled a little bit, and that's why I decided to make this video, because I was struggling and I wanted to talk about it, and that's why I made this YouTube channel, so that when I was struggling, I can talk, make it seem like I'm talking to someone, whether it's some random person or if it's one of my friends, cuz a lot of my friends know the general outline of my story. They know that I've been to a treatment facility. They know I struggle with depression, anxiety. They know I had a toxic relationship with a girlfriend. Like, people know the very, like, minimal. They don't know the deeper stuff. And yes, I know I didn't just go, like, super deep to anything. But to those who don't know me very well, that just know me from seeing me in the hallways or don't know me, this will kind of help, I guess, explain different things and reasons why I did certain things. I don't know. The one thing, the one thing that I have found that has helped me more than anything, and that is cheerleading. I tried out for the cheer team for Minnesota State, which is the university that I'm going to be attending this fall, and I didn't make the cheer team. I was so upset. I got the message in the middle of class, and I just started crying, and I called my best friend, and I told her like that I was so upset and that I didn't make it. She was the only one that I told for a while, cuz I just didn't know what to say. Like, but then the same freshman that had asked us that question, she kind of helped me like realize that not having cheerleading next year will possibly make it easier to focus on my schoolwork, because I loved cheerleading so much. I feel like the reason why I was so stressed out around school was because all I thought about was cheerleading. Like, I used to make up like dances. I helped make the like dance for the tryouts this year for the high school, and I used to do that stuff all the time. I have a million chants, I have a million cheers that I was just too shy to even tell. And so I think I spent more time on cheerleading, on things that I didn't need to do, than school. So I feel like not doing cheerleading will help me focus on school, but I'm going to keep trying. Another thing that has helped me is art. If you guys saw on my other channel, my dorm hall, you saw that I got an art kit. It's actually sitting right here. It's this art kit, and it just has like colored pencils and like watercolor, but literally art helps you express. I write poetry. I have a whole poetry book just filled. I've been writing in it since 2016, and you can just see where I really hit my low points, and then I was feeling a little better, and I'd hit my low points again. And my suggestion to the people that struggle with depression or anxiety is finding that thing that you love. I know that you've probably heard this 20 times, but find the things that you love, find the people you love, find the people that make you happy. Get a cat. Like, I got a cat. He's right here, and I love him so much. If you're allergic to cats, get a dog, get a turtle. Literally, turtles are great. Join a sport, join a club. As you guys know, I'm going to a university next year. One thing that I was suggested to do was join clubs, but don't overjoin. So I joined like the LGBT group, and I'm going to be joining different groups, and I'm also going to be doing intramural sports. I want to do intramural basketball because I never had the chance to, because I was always cheering. So I didn't make the cheer team, so it made other opportunities for me to look into. So I'm trying to look at the positives. I know some of you guys know like a more deeper story, and I would like to share that with you guys one day, but I'm just not ready yet. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that this video was more of me rambling than anything, and I apologize for that. I didn't like plan any of this. I didn't write it down on a piece of paper what I was going to say. I just talked and talked and talked some more. And I really hope that you guys kind of get a deeper feeling of what I guess I've been through. I guess the main thing that I was trying to get to is drop toxic relationships, because that was the one thing that was dragging me down. The one thing that was like not getting me to where I needed to be. Anyway, I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Please go check out my other YouTube channel. That one's more lifestyle, and like I want to start doing makeup videos and like clothing videos soon, but I just started all of this YouTube jazz, so I'm trying to figure it out still. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. Bye!